Alright, what I have here today is a 2004 Jetta. The air conditioner doesn't want to work when you turn this on. There's no codes or anything. But when you turn the AC on with key on, fan works, AC light comes on, and when you push the button on here, engine's running, the compressor won't click on, the little clutch won't come on, but the fans are coming on. So it's kind of hard to find a lot of information on these European cars, but there are in the fuse panel on the right hand side here of the dash. There are 3 fuses in there, and I'll go through those that relate to the air conditioner. All those are good. I'm assuming since the light comes on, the fans work, and everything inside's pretty much working. So let's go outside and see what we have out there. Now I kind of started this, but what I'm going to have here, you can see both my fans are running. However, I'm not getting anything on the AC clutch down here. It's probably not anything you're going to be able to see. But this isn't pulling in. I've already taken the nut off. I got it loose. I decided to start filming this after I started. And see if I can try to get this out without removing everything, but we'll see how that goes. If you find your fans are not running, 2 things you can do, and I'll have a clip of this. There's a sensor back here that you can have to take this cover off the back and back probe. Make sure you get 12 volts here, and you're getting a signal out, and I'll show a clip of that. Now, this is the high pressure switch they say to check, which is T4A or something. It's the center pin. There is 12 volts there. Checking the center pin, and I am getting 51 hertz on there. According to the list here, it says as long as I'm getting below 80 and above 10, I should get something to command the compressor on. Under the battery cover here, these Jettas are known for this melting. And inside here, you have a couple of fuses. I believe it's this one's going to the fans. One of these going to the fans, so make sure the fuse isn't broke. You also do a voltage drop test across the screws, make sure there's no corrosion in here. And you have 2 fuses here, and it likes to melt inside here, so pull these out, check them, make sure they're good, it's not melted inside, you're getting good contact. That's if your fans are not working. Now the AC compressor, you got the alternator AC compressors down here. We still have the factory one in here. You've checked everything. Everything's checking out. We're going to check and see what the electromagnet in here is. So this will slide out. And I'll get this open. Let me get this open. You have this hook in the back. Don't pull too hard so you break it. You kind of push down and pull back on it, and that'll release this. And what you're going to have is 2 pins in there, and you do an ohms check on there. What you want to do is get your ohm meter on both those pins, and I have an open circuit. So pretty sure what we have is a bad magnet in here. So let me work, see if I can get this removed. I might have the alternator out next time we come back. Probably can see nothing but a shoulder, huh? Just trying to take the tensioner off right now. Get some room in here. So the belt's removed. Taking the tensioner off. Okay, I've taken the negative battery cable off. I'm going to try to take the alternator out. Try to give us some extra room here so you can see what I'm doing, and I can try to get to this part. Do this caveman style. Everything's going to be with hand tools. Until I get tired of doing it this way. get you so you can see in here a little better. This is where we're at. This is your compressor right here. There's a number on the side if you're going to try doing what I'm doing to order parts to match it. It's still the factory compressor. It's got about 300,000 miles on it. I'm in Southern California, desert area, so we use it a lot. So I want to see if I can get that front cover off. If not, I might have to unbolt this compressor a little bit so I can get to the front cover to pull this pulley off. Give me a few minutes, let me see what I can come do, and I'll turn the camera back on. Alright, so what you're going to need to do to get this where you can work on it. Top bolt out, there's a bolt at the bottom, there's 2 bolts holding the compressor in, and you're going to take this tire off and drop the protector plate. There's 2 zip clips or whatever you want to call it. You take a screwdriver, push it down off the screws it's on the threads. That'll push down, you can pull the bolt through there, and the other bolt you'll get here. Now, you can lift this up enough, can't twist it too much, but so we can get to the front of it here. I don't know why, but it seems a lot easier if you pull it here than here, from back here pushing it, but that just slides off. Now we should have a ring holding it in there. I'll have to get some clips to get the ring off. I'll be right back. Alright, now hopefully you're better prepared than I am. Right here, there was a snap ring. All I have is these cheap Harbor Freight crap things that barely expanded at all to what I needed. So when I got them in here, I had to really struggle to get this to open up to get it off of here. So you're going to keep that. And the other thing you don't want to lose, because we're going to need it for the new ones, put it back together, is these little spacers right here. If I can get it out of there. Since we're just replacing the magnet, we have to reuse these, and looks like there's 2 of them here. They're stuck together. I don't see anything else in there. So now I just have to get this off. I'm just using the back of a screwdriver and a rubber mallet. And there we go. Came off. Bearing feels good. It's quiet. So hopefully this will work. So here's the piece we got to get rid of, this magnet. Alright, inside, instead of having a couple of screws in there, there's another one. So again, using crappy pair of Harbor Freight ones, you have to spread it out. So these work, that small amount of movement, but just holding this on, once this is out, this is going to be the magnet that we're working with. This is the old coil we took out. And what you're going to have, I don't know if you can see the meter in here. You can see that, the light's probably not too good. Is once again what we took out. Appears to be open. It's out of limit. Just touching 2 coils in there using Ohm's test. Now, while you've been sitting there, eBay just delivered this. Now, not the way I would normally get it, but I've looked all over where I am. Took a day to get it, and we went this way. So, looks like a new coil. When you measure your coil, should be, I think it said 4 ohms roughly. 3.7 ohms, so approximately 4 ohms. So, took this one out. This one we have to put in. As far as looking at it, plug looks very similar, about the same length. everything pretty much is up that way, and we're the same depth. Now again, this original compressor, there's numbers on the side. That's what I used to order it, and I went to the manufacturer's website. They didn't sell this, but they showed what size coil was inside it, and so I used that when I was comparing things on eBay, and I looked for a seller that one was close to me and had measurements on this so I could match this up. 25 bucks. So if it doesn't work, it sucks the time that I put into this, but if it does work, $25 to keep this car going. It's not worth a whole lot anymore. It runs really, really well. But how much do you put into a car with 300,000 miles on it and is, what, 15 years or 13 years old now? Alright guys, next time we come back we'll be on the car, start putting this back on, and those retainer clips might be a pain in the butt to put back on with the tools I have, but do what we can. Alright. It does have a positive stop right there, so get it in there. Wires are going to go right here. Just try to make sure the plastic's underneath there. I bent this clip up, I couldn't get the screw out, so now we can see if we can get this back on. Just make sure it's clipped in all the way around. That's what's holding it on. You don't want it to back off, so we're locked on. Okay, that pushed on without any tools. You can still see what's going on. Yeah. Alright, we have that on. At this point, don't forget your spacers. And it's a mirror magnet, and it's pretty smooth. It's not all tore up or anything, so going for the best. Should say hoping for the best. But why didn't somebody yell at me, man? That time we put the retaining ring on. Or if you do the same thing, tell me, I won't feel so bad. Okay, we still have our spacer in there. We want that. We need to get our clip in there. Just make sure we're far enough on that I can see the ring. I can. Alright, funny thing is once you turn the camera off, it goes on. So we have the snap ring on, it's seated. I'm going to go back to putting this on. Our spacer's still in there. There. And put this back on. Now I don't know what the torque is on this, so snug. Put it on snug. Actually, I'm going to put a little blue Loctite on here just to be safe. 3 holes here that they want you to go into. The thing doesn't actually line up with them. Maybe. Click. Alright, that's tight. Torque this back. Alright. Now, putting this crap back in. I hope this isn't too shaky. You're going to put this back in. The only thing I've noticed, this wire is really, really long. So I don't want it rubbing on here. So I've pulled it over, and I think I'm going to run the zip tie in here to hold it. These, don't hit them too hard with a hammer. But you want to push these metal sleeves out a little bit to make it easier to slide it in. Same thing with the alternator, because those move out. I mean, when you tighten it, they squeeze in to secure on here. So just tap them out a little bit. But I put them in. Again, you go in aluminum. Use common sense when you're tightening it down. I don't have torque specs on those, but everything looks good there. I'm going to get the alternator in. Here's with the zip tie on, and that's just to keep this from sliding in. Again, I tighten that down a little bit, but I don't want to put it too hard, and then I put this in. Don't over tighten that one on the back of the alternator. You don't want to break that bolt loose on the back. Of course, I guess if you're going to replace it, it's a good time. We already got it out. Alright, now, you pound these out a little bit to make it a lot easier when you go to do this. It's going to fit in a lot nicer. Let's get tensioner back up. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are seeing, unfortunately. Can't really say there's not a lot of room, but it's not hard to work on. One thing I'll give this diesel engine is it is pretty good to work on. And I didn't have any expensive tools or special tools to do this. So the only thing to mention again is have a good set of snap ring pliers. Other than that, metric and 5/8 inch for a couple of them. Alright, this belt back on. Alright, there's no way I'm going to show you. There's like 2 inches of room for this belt. So I'm going to put the belt back on. Once I get that on, I'm going to finish putting the water bottle back in for the windshield washer I took out, so you have a little more, it was a little easier for you to see. and I'll just check all my connection, make sure all the wiring connections are back on, hook up the battery, and when I bring it back, we're going to turn on and see if it works. If it works, you'll see the video. If it don't work, you may not see the video. I don't know. Alright, we have it put back together. Got the air intake put back in. I got the water bottle put back in for the windshield washer. Alternators put in. Make sure your connectors are put back in for the air conditioner and everything. We'll check that. Another thing I'll point out, on the side here, when I talked about taking the one bolt out, if you drop this pan down and there's just some zip washers on the threads, push it down here and there's one more up front, and that's where the one bolt on the bottom of the air conditioner came out. Otherwise you won't be able to get the bolt out far enough to remove the air conditioner. Alright, now sun's out now, hot again. Consequently why we'll work on air conditioning in October. We'll find out what goes on here. Seems to be blowing colder. If anybody's got a fix or tell me how to do this, all the foam's coming up through my vents. I'm sure that has something to do with the flapper door or something, but you can see what I got to do with now all this crap coming up through here. But somebody's got a video on how to fix that, or give me some ideas and I'll try to make a video on it. I hate having to crawl underneath the dash, but that's what it's going to be. Let's see what we have here. Definitely cool. It's probably about 85-90 degrees outside here right now. It's gone down to 60. Let's have a quick look outside. And recirculate. So I'm going to consider that a fix, at least without checking the compressor or anything like that. And again, we're 298, 858 is the mileage on this one. And again, hope this helps somebody, and hope it's not too bad to watch. I had to cut. First time I've done it, trying to figure out how to get that piece out of there, and what I gotta tell you is, I have some good spring clip pliers to get those two clips out. Make sure you take the driver's side wheel off and drop that side plate down about 2 inches, and you'll be able to pull the bolt out for the AC. And other than taking the alternator out, you don't have to take the windshield washer reservoir. I did that just so it was easier to see in the camera. But pull the alternator, 2 bolts on the AC, drop this tire, take the tire off on the side, and you can pull it out, and the rest I tried to film for you. So I would say give yourself a few hours to do it, and really no special tools. Alright, take care. Bye.